Only 20% of young people find their direction in their 20s. That means out of every 10 people you know, 8 will feel lost and only 2 will truly break through. And that 20%, they will grab almost all the opportunities the other 80% miss. The scary part? You might not even realize you're in the 80%. Think about it. If you're not in that 20%, where will you be 10 years from now? That's why your 20s matter more than you think. They decide whether, by the time you're 30, you will have 10 years of experience in a leadership role instead of just being another employee. Whether you will start reaching financial freedom instead of stressing about making it through each month. And it's not just in your 20s that people feel lost. Many step into their 30s still not knowing what they really want. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter how long you felt stuck. What matters is what you're willing to do starting today. If you truly want to break out of that 80%, you need a clear roadmap. And now, let me share with you 5 concrete steps to start that journey. Part 1. Give yourself the freedom to explore. Did you know your 20s are not about figuring yourself out once and for all? It's more like a lab, a place where you get to try out different versions of yourself, make mistakes, and learn from them. Accept who you are right now. Accept that it's okay to feel unsure because you have not had enough experiences yet to know what really suits you. I graduated with a degree in computer engineering and landed a job in that field. But every night when I got home, I felt out of place, looked at my friends, many of whom were doing something completely different, running their own businesses and finding success, so I decided to try it too. I quit my office job and started selling electronic accessories. After a while, I realized I just was not cut out for that kind of business. I had no choice but to return to an office job, but I've always loved filming and editing videos. So every night after work, I taught myself content creation. 2 years later, some of my videos started going viral, and I finally felt like I had found something truly right for me. I didn't know from the start what would work, but I was willing to try, and I've never regretted giving business a shot. According to a 2017 Stanford study, people in their 20s who try out different jobs and hobbies are over 60% more likely to find a career that truly fits, compared to those who only stick to one path. That means every time you try something new, whether it's a class, a hobby, or a job, you're collecting valuable data about yourself. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, once said, "Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become." Every time you try something new, cooking, joining a running club, or even traveling solo, you're casting a vote for your future self. And the best part? In your 20s, you have the time and freedom to experiment without the pressure to be perfect. So how do you start? Give yourself permission to try new things, no matter how small. Sign up for a gym class, start a blog, go for a walk in a park you've never been to. Don't be afraid of failing, because every time you try, you're getting one step closer to understanding what's truly right for you. Failure is not a sign you're on the wrong path. It's proof that you're actually out there living, exploring, and taking chances. And every small step you take today brings you closer to a better version of yourself. This week, try something new, a class, a hobby, or a short trip. You don't have to be great at it. Just start and see where it leads you. You can drop something you want to learn in the comments so we can help motivate each other as a community. Trying new things is the first step to discovering yourself. But to really shine, you will need to level up. Part 2. Upgrade yourself. Health, appearance, and knowledge. Now that I'm in my 30s, I really wish I could go back and tell my 20-year-old, love yourself more by taking care of your health, appearance, and your mind. When we're in our 20s, we often think our body will always be strong, our mind will always be sharp, and we will always have time to learn. But here's the truth. If you don't start investing in yourself now, you will pay for it later. Upgrading yourself doesn't mean you need to run marathons, look like a model, or read an entire library. It's about building small habits that help you feel healthier, more confident, and ready to grow. Think of it like maintaining a car. Take care of it regularly, and it will take you far, and your 20s are the perfect time to start. Let's start with health. According to the British Medical Journal 2019, just 150 minutes of movement per week, around 20 minutes a day, can lower your risk of depression by 30% and boost your energy levels. You don't need an expensive gym or some complicated fitness plan. Take Miranda Kerr as an example. The supermodel adopted a wellness lifestyle early on, eating clean, doing yoga, meditating, choosing organic food, no smoking, sleeping well, and using natural skincare. Thanks to those habits, she became a Victoria's Secret angel, built a strong and healthy image, and founded Cora Organics, a $1 million skincare brand. Even as a mom of multiple kids, she still keeps her glow, body, and mindset. Good health is a long-term brand. It builds trust and lasting value. Next, let's talk about appearance. This is not about chasing some perfect social media look. It's about feeling good when you walk out the door. When you started putting more care into how you looked, picking clothes that made you feel confident, or trying a new haircut, you noticed you felt better meeting people. And as we mentioned earlier, Miranda Kerr also invested in her looks early on. That attention to both health and appearance played a huge role in her success. And finally, knowledge. Your 20s are the best time to feed your mind. And no, you don't need to go back to school to do that. A 2018 study from Yale University found that reading for just 20 minutes a day can boost creativity and problem solving by 20%. I started by reading 10 pages a day. That's about one short chapter. In a year, I finished 15 books, from Atomic Habits to books on content creation. It didn't just expand your thinking, it helped you find your passion. I don't have time. Yeah, I used to think that too. But just 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of walking, or 5 pages of reading a day is already investing in your future self. These small habits can make you healthier, more confident, and open doors you never expected. Each small step is a promise to yourself that you're getting closer to the best version of you. Upgrading yourself helps you shine. But to truly be free, you will also need a strong financial foundation. Let me show you how I started. Part 3. Building a financial foundation. Not having any savings before you turn 30 is a kind of failure. Have you ever heard someone say that? Money is not everything, but let's be honest. It's one of the clearest ways to measure someone's success. That's why in your 20s, it's so important to start saving and thinking long-term about money. A small financial habit today could give you freedom in the future. Don't be like me. When I was 23, I thought money was just something to spend. A $5 coffee, a new pair of shoes, a dinner out with friends. But every time I checked my bank account, it was close to zero. And I kept asking myself, how am I going to survive, let alone build a future? Not having savings also made me scared to quit my job or try something new. If we started our money journey at 23, when we decided to save $100 a month. At first, we thought that amount was too small to matter. We had to skip a few meals out. But then we realized every time we put money into our savings, we felt like we were investing in our own freedom. After just 6 months, we had saved $600. Not a huge amount, but enough to give us confidence. It helped us feel more secure if we wanted to change jobs or in case we lost our income. Just imagine putting $10 into a savings account every month, like tossing one coffee into a jar every week. Sounds like nothing, right? But here's the secret. Compound interest can turn that small amount into something big. According to basic financial math, if you start saving $10 a month from age 20 and your investment grows at an average of 7% per year, by the time you're 60, you could have over $24,000. Just $10 a month. That's the power of time and compound interest. Your money makes more money, and that new money keeps growing too. When you're in your 20s, your biggest advantage is time. Start early, and you will be surprised how those small dollars today can open doors to freedom tomorrow. Warren Buffett, the famous investor, started at age 11. He bought his first stock when he was just 11 years old. As a kid, he tracked every dollar, took small jobs, delivered newspapers, sold candy, and even invested in pinball machines. He had a clear strategy: save like crazy, reinvest all his profits, stick with long-term investing, and avoid risky bets. That's how he became a billionaire and one of the most successful investors in history. So, how do you start? First, save a small amount regularly. It doesn't have to be $100. Even $10 a month is a great start. Open a separate savings account and set up automatic transfers so you don't have to think about it. Second, learn to tell the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset gives you long-term value, like savings or investing in your education. A liability is something that loses value fast, like trendy clothes you wear only a few times. Lastly, build an emergency fund. Ideally, save enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Young people who build good money habits early on are 40% less stressed about finances. And when you're not constantly worried about money, you have more room to explore, grow, and be true to yourself. You might be thinking, I don't have enough money to save. I used to think that too. But just skipping one coffee a week or cooking one meal at home instead of ordering out can be enough to get started. Every dollar you save today is a step toward future freedom. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start small and let time do the rest. I believe that in a few months you will have a nice little stash saved up, and watching your savings grow will make you feel good. Money is the key to freedom, but the people you walk with will shape your future. Let's find out what comes next. Part 4. Choosing the right people. The people you choose to hang out with in your 20s can shape your whole future. At this age, we often think the more friends we have, the better. Maybe because we're scared of being alone or getting left behind. But not every relationship helps you grow. Some people lift you up and inspire you to be your best. Others drag you down, leave you drained, or make you doubt yourself. And in your 20s, you have the right and the need to choose who truly deserves to be in your life. When I was 22, fresh out of college, I had a group of friends I hung out with every weekend. We'd go out to eat, catch a movie, chat about all kinds of stuff. I didn't want to turn down those hangouts because I didn't want to feel lonely. But every time I got home after seeing them, I felt exhausted. They often complained about life and work, and sometimes even made fun of my dreams, like the time I mentioned starting a YouTube channel. "You think you're gonna be a star or something?" one of them joked. It stuck with me and made me feel small. I stayed in that circle because I was afraid of losing friends. But eventually I realized, if you want to rebuild yourself, you need people who support you, not drag you down. Choosing your people does not mean you're selfish or cutting everyone off. It just means putting your time and energy into people who lift you up, and gently letting go of those who make you feel like you're not enough. According to research, having positive relationships can boost your chances of long-term happiness by 50% and lower your risk of depression by 30%. The people around you don't just affect your mood, they shape how you see yourself and the choices you make down the road. Think of your relationships like a garden. You've got to water the flowers that help you grow and pull out the weeds that drain your energy. A year later, I started spending more time with a friend named Jenna. She always encouraged me to follow my passion. Every time we talked, I felt more alive, like I could do anything. Gina did not just cheer me on, she gave me ideas and helped me get my YouTube channel off the ground. That one positive relationship totally changed the way I saw myself, from someone insecure to someone who dared to dream big. Oprah Winfrey is a great example of keeping your circle small but strong. She keeps her distance from toxic relationships, even if it's with old friends or people in the industry, and builds solid friendships with people who share her values. That's how she built an inspiring media empire and earned respect for her honesty and consistency. When you're careful about who you let into your life, you're also protecting your energy and your reputation. So, how do you actually choose the right people? Just look for the ones who lift you up. They're the ones who make you feel confident, inspire you, or encourage you to try new things. Make time for them, send a text, grab a coffee, give them a call, and learn to say no to the draining ones. You don't need to argue or cut them off cold. Just slowly spend less time with those who wear you out. And then find new communities. Join a class, a hobby group, or even an online space. These are great places to meet people who get you and who will support your journey of growth. You might be scared of being alone, but it's important to remember that quality matters more than quantity. One real friend who truly supports you is worth more than 10 who make you doubt yourself. And when you find the right people to walk with you, you will feel lighter, like a weight has been lifted. That's the power of choosing your people. It helps you heal and get closer to the best version of yourself. But to go far, you need to think long term. Final part. Be ready for the long game. Have you ever felt pressured to succeed right away? Like if you don't have your dream job, a full savings account, or a perfect life before 30, then somehow you failed? I know I have. When I saw friends my age buying a house or launching a successful startup, I felt like I was racing against time. But here's what I've learned. Your 20s are not a sprint. They're a marathon. And the key to winning? Being ready for the long game, starting with the smallest steps, and not letting the pressure to rush weigh you down. When we start the journey of improving ourselves, we all want things to happen instantly. Want our first YouTube video to go viral right away. Want to save thousands of dollars in just a few months. But the truth? It took me months to learn how to edit videos, and my first one only got 50 views. My savings grew slowly, just $100 a month. At first, I felt discouraged. I thought I was doing something wrong, or maybe I just wasn't good enough. But there's a quote from Atomic Habits by James Clear that totally changed the way I see things. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great. Being ready for the long game means accepting that big changes don't happen overnight. It's about sticking with small habits and trusting that they will add up over time. According to a 2021 study from Stanford, people who kept up small habits for 6 months were 70% more likely to hit their long-term goals compared to those who chased quick results. That means every time you take a small action, you're laying the foundation for an unlimited future. Think of your 20s like planting a tree. You can't make it grow tall in a day, but if you keep watering it, it will grow into something strong and amazing. So, how can you get ready for the long game? Pick one small habit and stick with it. Don't worry about being perfect, just be consistent. Let go of the pressure to succeed right away. And don't forget to celebrate small wins. Meditated for a week straight? Saved $50? That's something to be proud of. Those little wins are the fuel that will keep you going. Every small step is a reminder that you're getting closer to your best self. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare who you are today to who you were yesterday. And every day, you will be a little stronger. Now, let's wrap up this journey of reinventing yourself and take action, starting today. We've gone through 5 steps to turn your 20s into something meaningful. First, you learn to embrace uncertainty, treating it like a lab where you can experiment and find your passion. Then, you upgraded yourself with small habits for your health, appearance, and knowledge, so you can feel more confident every day. Next, you built a financial foundation, not to get rich overnight, but to create freedom in the future. You chose your relationships wisely, keeping those who lift you up and gently letting go of those who bring you down. And most importantly, you committed to the long game, knowing that small steps today will lead to big results tomorrow. When you finally land your dream job, lose those 10 pounds, or finish a project, you will realize that all the sleepless nights, all the failures, they were worth it. Every small step you take is proof that you're strong enough to create real change. You can do this. You're stronger than you think. And every time you feel unsure, that's actually a chance to reinvent yourself. Start today with a 7-day challenge. Pick one thing you've learned from this video. Meditate for 5 minutes a day, read 10 pages, save $10. Say no to a toxic relationship. Do that one thing every day for the next 7 days, and I promise you will feel a difference. And you will be more likely to stick with it if you post your commitment in the comments for everyone to see. If this video inspired you, share it with a friend who might need to hear this too. In the next video, I will help you save your 20s, something it took me 30 years to figure out. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Your 20s are happening right now.